All right, I wanted to take a look at my finishers match from a month ago. Well, I don't even know. It's been too long. Okay, okay, here we go. So, yeah, this was for the 145-pound title for finishers. That was my first time on finishers. My opponent is Kate Eagan. I didn't know much about her prior to the match, and it's actually something I really tried to do differently in this tournament specifically was not worrying at all about my opponent because I'd spoke with my friend before the tournament and um, I was trying to make up a game plan based on what I knew about this girl or what I had seen about her. And he's like, why are you not just doing what you're best at? Because I suggested like slowing down a little bit because I knew she was a little older than me. So just like slowing down or like stalling for a while until she got tired basically, and then upping my pace more to the end because pace is like my strong suit. And so yeah, he said basically that's ridiculous to take away from your own game and like not play your A game against your opponent based off what they're doing. It just doesn't make any sense. And so that was a big that was a good learning experience for me because my performance really did um, play out after having this attitude of not caring who it was, and something I've also been bringing into the gym uh, leading up to this match was just like my training partners are my training partners, and there's even though they're my friends, of course, I don't know why. I would have, and this happens when I'm competing too, and previously it's happened when I'm competing. I have things going through my mind that I shouldn't have going through my mind, like what the fuck am I eating later? Or like one time I was mid-match at trials and I remember what went through my head was, oh my God, I'm doing this right now. Like we're at fucking trials. So anyways, I really tried to work on being focused and not thinking about who I'm rolling against or what their style is or just no thought basically, like non-thinking. But if I were thinking, it's how can I impose my game on this person, which may seem simple, but it's taken me a long time to figure some of these things out. So, anyways, here's my match with her. I was lucky to have my friend Travis, or I mean, it was my friend's friend, and I told him to get in my corner, and he actually coached me towards the finish for this one, so that was nice. Okay, so there was some stand up. And she just ended up pulling guard. And here I am basically in my happy place. So I've been practicing a lot of keeping my base on top. I've been playing a lot of the base top game where you're trying to stop your hands from going to the mat basically. And essentially this exact position what's being shown right now is when they have like a double inside. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on right now. But anyways, regardless, anchoring my self to her upper body. So grabbing her head, grabbing her armpit. That's exactly what I'm happy with, where I'm comfortable these days. So, and the more time that I can spend here, the better, the more tired they're gonna get. And that's something I learned from watching Dima and Joseph. They talk a lot about that. So there she does a good job framing me away. I fall onto my head to perhaps go for some sort of footlock and get some action going and end up getting knocked down, standing back up. She does some no-gi spider guard there. That was kind of cool. Let's see. Nice. So once again, I feel comfortable whenever I can keep my knee on her, especially on her stomach like that, and just anchor myself. But here I have to untangle the legs before I can push forward because it is 50-50. So I work on doing that. Now she's in like a false reap, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just trying to keep my chest facing her. That's pretty much it. Staying low, staying based. Here I'm moving towards outside passing, keeping the pace going, side to side movement. I stuff a leg inside. Coming to camp, there was a row drag there. Wasn't very successful, but there was another one there and it was successful. Now I managed to get my cross face. I'm pulling on her face so that I can turn her face away with my shoulder. And I have my left butterfly hook in there. So I'm trying to chest forward, but she has great guard retention, of course. So even with a very good upper body pin, it can be risky to escape my legs, especially there. She had that top butterfly, and that's why it was sketchy. Because when she had that, her ability to roll her ass off the mat like she just did was strong. So I probably could have been a little more patient there. The back step, and I just keep trying to make not necessarily the right decision, but at least make a decision. So yeah, here her right arm's through like down her left arm for on my leg, and I'm trying to like shoot a darce grip. Which actually after this I really started using the short darce grip a lot, but here I couldn't get her chin to her chest, and obviously I'm way too far forward right now. So I did try to use my leg to do that. Oh, maybe it missed that part. But at some point I used my leg on the back of her head to try to collapse her chin to her chest, which I mean, considering the outcome here, it didn't do anything, but maybe it's something to play around with. She tries to wrestle up. I managed to push back into her. That could have been a knee bar right there for sure. It was a good angle if she threw it on. But alas, she did not. And here we are again in 50-50. I'm just dismantling her 50-50. Going for my own counterattack now. I really tried to not do this so much, counterattack, because, well, when I've been submitted, especially at ADCCs, it's a lot of the time with the legs. So I just try to basically get out of the leg locks, but with finishers, it's with sub only, it's a little bit different. It's less risky. Um, and I think I have good ability now to come up because I've been playing a lot with falling back on a leg lock when I'm a bit frustrated with the passing, but usually it gives good control of the legs and then better ability to come back up into a good passing position. Just got to under Deliva. And here I am still just pressuring. I'm pretty much constantly anchoring to the head. So here I try to push her knee through, and I managed to. That was nice. That was sick. That worked so well. Yeah, let's see it again. So I'm putting pressure in like a headquarters position so that I get a push back from her right leg. When I feel that she's pushing, which she is right now, look at how her toes are flexed, I'm gonna give space and pop her knee through and just collapse. So that was good. Just keep trying to get my right knee out, trying to flatten her out, otherwise taking the darce grip. All the way around to the back we go. And I managed to get a hook. And I'm in pretty good passing position here now, but it's only 15 seconds left. Her regarding's really nice. Like her ability to roll up on her, roll her butt up and her lower back it's really nice. There we go, first round. That's my mom. All right, next. Those three 5-minute rounds. You can see it right here. Sheesh, look at that foot sweep. Okay. Collar tie, pull the collar tie over her leg, the one which I'm taking away, and that's that. And hip in right away. So that's something I learned from my friend. I always talk about this while I'm coaching, but my friend Lupita, who's in the UFC, when I started training with her, she would just hip in on me like this and just be so fucking heavy and always like lifting my ass off the mat, and I would have no ability to come back from this position. So I try to play as much as I can now on top because it is exhausting for the bottom player. It's hard to stay underneath those legs though, if they know what they're doing with their guard. But here, always the same. I'm just facing my chest to her and anchoring my upper body there. Here, I'm pressuring in a lot forward. I thought that I could have a triangle if I could push her foot out. Well, I think I didn't realize it at this point, but in a minute. But still, like, regardless of what's happening in these positions, like, I still have 9 minutes left of the match. And if I can spend time here and just make her more and more tired, then it's gonna be good. With every minute that goes by, it's gonna be good for me. So here I am trying to tuck the legs again, because I know I'm not gonna be able to stay stable in this, because her head's popping out. Once again, turning back in, but this was a sketchy position. This was near back take territory. How do I manage to turn in here? I'm just like, I'm searching for my right underhook, but man, that was close. Could have been bad for sure. But I guess like leaning forward so much saved me here because she couldn't connect to my upper body. She has my hip, but I still have the ability to rotate and throw my right underhook in, so I'm looking for a top half. Just got a nice scoop on my leg. I try to peel it off so that I can maybe high step out. Oh, there's a front step around. Let's see that again. That was cool. Step, step, step. Nice. Try to scoop double unders and from north south. She takes my arm. That was never really threatening, even though the commentators went crazy at this point. Here I am in like a reverse mount position. And then the same thing happens again. I step over, she catches my leg, but this time I learn. And instead of spinning all the way around, I just slip my left leg over and take, oh, not my right underhook, but just slipping my leg over puts me into top half on my good side. So that was nice. I learned. Here I have a near side underhook, head on the opposite side. She's got a bunch of hair in her mouth. Isn't that nice? Nice frame. I just take away those frames to come back in close. And I'm establishing a cross face again, making sure I don't leave my foot hanging too much because she is going to take that lock down. Here, she does take it. She does take it, but her hips are facing the other way, so don't matter. Looking for my underhook again so I can flatten her out now from 3/4 mount, and I managed to pass with that. I go straight to north-south. I go for a north-south choke, and then here I try to lift the head to take the back, but she bridges. Mm. Here I am almost back in her guard, but I have a saddle now. And like I said earlier, I didn't want to get into attacking the legs too much necessarily, although I had been in entanglements with her throughout the match, and then the guy in my corner was telling me to just go belly down with this and get into the saddle, where I was thinking maybe I should use it to fast. That's me looking at him like, really? I should go belly down. Um, he also didn't really know my game, but I did. I chose to do that instead of stay on top. I chose to roll through, and she presented her secondary leg to me. I was quite surprised with that. Oops. Really, she happily presented it to me, which was strange because I'm not used to that. Um, so yeah, there I basically I tried to get the secondary leg across the body, but as I'm trying to do that, I'm able to just dig her primary heel, and there I get the finish with the inside heel hook. So yep, that was that. Yeah, I was very happy with my performance with this one. It was kind of like a clinic of everything that I have been working on. So I was very happy about that. Also just thankful for the opportunity, of course, but yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say. I told you guys in the beginning about my kind of new mentality going into competing, and then also just like something I've been doing in my life in general that I really did bring into that match too was completely letting go of expectation. And that's something I've been working on for a long time in my competing, but I didn't really have like literature, I guess, or like words to go with it. I just knew that like if you go in and you just want to win, that you might not necessarily feel good after if you lose, of course. So basically I just started to learn more about being detached from the outcome, being detached from anything in general, I guess. In life, that's what I'm trying to work on. But that mentality really, really helped me. And it shows here in this match. So anyways. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, it's probably quite long. So, oh yeah, it's 17 minutes. Bye!